The full moon hung heavily over Dostar's head, bathing the canopy in light and leaving flickers of shadows on the ground. Cold wind was slicing through the trees here, so close to the waterfall and cliffs of the ocean. The taste of salt bathed on her tongue as she looked back at her clan. Slatestone had insisted to come. Sunnypaw was nervous to be left alone with her mother, but she would manage. Cinderfall had been ordered to stay behind, somewhat frustrated but determined to keep everyone safe no matter what. She had taken Twigbarrow and Blazeheart as her strongest warriors now that Pixelfur was stuck in her nest and Cinderfall was so young. Dostar crept through the bushes into the moon-bathed clearing at the cliff. There was a strong scent of cat and ocean salt here. At first she thought the clearing was empty, until she saw a rook silhouette against the night sky, her eyes piercing sharp. "Rook," Slatestone started as she walked forward, but Dostar held her back with a paw, her other warriors supporting her. It wasn't until now that she realized two huge toms stood on either side of the black she-cat. As all the cats looked at each other, a stillness rose, thickening the air around them. Dostar was the first to break it. "Rook, you have summoned me and my clan here, under the full moon." The similarity to gatherings were eerie. She was sure Slatestone must have told Rook about them, but being summoned by someone outside the clan's customs felt oddly threatening. "What is the purpose of this meeting?" The question hung in the air for a couple of heartbeats that felt like an eternity to Dostar, when finally Rook spoke. "Not to fret, I'll keep this short." Her teeth seemed to glow in the moonlight as she went on. "I have spoken to StarClan. They have given me the honor of 9 lives, and I am now Rookstar, leader of Ravenclan." It took a moment before the words seemed to sink in. Grasshoppers could be heard chirping, or even the wings of a distant bat, when the sudden eruption of yowls broke the silence. "StarClan? You're no medicine cat. Dostar is the only leader. You abandoned us! Traitor!" Dostar's own paws seemed to freeze in the frost-tinted grass. "Leader? When had that even happened? It couldn't have been. All the way back then? Why didn't she say anything?" "Silence!" Rookstar's yowl made everyone go quiet, and Dostar hated how small she felt. She hadn't thought about it for moons, but suddenly it was like being back in StarClan, her father demanding respect from the hierarch. "My clan and I own the territory by the ocean. We will not tolerate any crossing of our borders. Is that understood?" The 2 toms looked menacing, and one of them, the white one, with the long fur, let out a deep growl from his throat. Dostar swallowed, about to say yes of course, with her gaze on her paws, when Twigbarrow suddenly put his paw on hers. She looked back at him and saw nothing but admiration and loyalty in his eyes. She turned back towards Rookstar and lifted her head. "Naturally. You need not remind my warriors, Rookstar. Though I hope you understand we expect the same respect from yours." Rookstar narrowed her eyes. A small wrinkle appeared on her nose, but she kept her smile as if nothing was wrong. "Well then, if you have nothing more to say, I suppose we're done." She stood up to leave, her 2 warriors following her. Dostar turned to do the same, already exhausted from the short talk. "Oh, and I understand you might have lost a warrior?" Dostar looked back at the she-cat, smugness radiating off her. "Well, there's no need to worry. He seems quite content as a warrior of Ravenclan." It took all of Dostar's might to not snap at the she-cat. All the might and the comfort of Twigbarrow's pelt at her side. Dostar took a deep breath, looked straight into her eyes. "Congratulations, both of you." Rookstar smiled. "See you at the next gathering, Dostar." Rook hadn't gotten far into Ravenclan territory when a yowl suddenly sounded behind her and her escort. She recognized it. It was Slatestone. As she came closer, her mate Tigerpelt and the deputy Whiteclaw, the two strongest warriors she had, started to growl. Rookstar lifted her tail and signaled them to keep going. It's their medicine cat. I think I can handle her on our own territory. With a growl, they left her alone and kept going back to camp. Slatestone came panting up to her, eyes brimming with hurt and confusion. Rookstar almost couldn't take it and had to glance away, suddenly going back to the time where she was just Rook. Why didn't you tell me? The question was so simple. Slatestone's voice was so steady. There was no blame, just pain. I'm a leader now. The clan comes first, and... Don't give me that pine-brained stuff. Don't you care at all? I was so worried. I didn't know where you went. What happened? Please. For the love of StarClan. Why? Rookstar couldn't bear it. Those lovely blue eyes, full of wisdom and kindness. Just looking at her. She sighed. I was angry. Really angry. Slate, I never meant to hurt you, but I've always been a leader, and I just couldn't let that go. I couldn't. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you. Losing us, that's the only thing I regret. She caught her breath for a moment before continuing, more collected now than before. You'll always be my friend, Slate. She couldn't get the rest out, and just stared at the other's sad eyes. But you need to be loyal to your clan. I get it. Rookstar's heart broke as she turned to leave. She seemed so sad. Her heart hurt and her eyes seemed to water, despite the rain. Rookstar turned, her paws heavier now than before, as she left a life of friendship behind. Ravenpaw sat quietly, still as a mouse, staring intently at the grass entrance. She had been watching it all night, ever since Rookstar, her mother, had left for the gathering. The shrubs suddenly rustled and her ears perked up. At the sight of Ginger and White Fur, however, she tried her best to blend into the shadows, but her presence didn't go unnoticed. Ravenpaw, don't you know the rules? Daft trout. Tigerpelt growled, standing over her, about twice her size. She wasn't small, he was just unfairly huge. Apprentices need their rest to be ready for training tomorrow. Scram! She tried her best not to flinch at the word training. Tigerpelt looked at her expectantly, at her, and she felt the hot anger grow under her fur. Yes, father. Tigerpelt scoffed and went off to laugh with Whiteclaw. Yet another horrible cat in this clan, she thought. He didn't even bother to make sure Ravenpaw would actually go to her nest. He didn't care. She repositioned herself and returned to sitting, frozen as a rock, waiting patiently. Finally, what felt like moons later, her mother walked through the camp entrance. Rookstar. Mom! She hurried forward, and the two purred a greeting. How was the meeting? Did you see Dostar? What was she like? Her mother's eyes clouded, and she shook her head. You don't need to know of clan affairs, little one. There are too many challenges for me to explain. Rookstar smiled, but Ravenpaw had heard the hesitation. Too much for me to understand, she thought ruefully. Rookstar had caught the roll of her eyes and was instantly on it. My role as leader has too much responsibility. Besides, you're still just an apprentice. Ravenpaw let out a hiss of frustration. I wouldn't be one if you'd just make me a warrior already. Haven't I proven myself enough? Rookstar turned around, clearly not truly listening to her. You're not old enough. End of discussion. I'm tired. Good night, nestling. Ravenpaw stomped on the ground, her anger building up. Ah, I'm not a kitten anymore. I'm almost a year old. Her mother had already left, and Ravenpaw was left ripping up the grass in the sand below her. Hurt and frustration, she glared towards the leader's den. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Sims 3 Warrior Cat Challenge. And we are here with a couple new cats that you guys haven't really seen before, although some you might have seen. And we are actually here with Raven Clan this time. So yes, this is our second clan of this series, and right here in front of us is actually Sandstripe, their medicine cat, who is taking a little bit of a bath. So I'm so excited to show you guys Raven Clan and all the cats that are here, and you guys might recognize some faces, either from the little animagic we had here, or just from older episodes. We're also gonna get rid of that lost a friend, because that's not quite right. And it is actually spring now. So this is Sandstripe. This is the very young and very inexperienced medicine cat of the clan. And she's actually absolutely adorable. She only means well, and she has beautiful blue eyes. So, these are all very new to the wild, so they don't have any skills just yet. If we look here in her scrapbook, her personality is very passive, but she's faithful. So she's very trusting of Star Clan, but she's also very passive. She doesn't really take action. She doesn't make decisions, so to say. And her fear is ironically water, or fish. Which is funny, because Raven Clan actually live on the beach. Right here, by the ocean. So she's gonna be eating fish every day, but she will absolutely refuse to catch them herself. So there's that little challenge going on. And she actually wants to have an adventure. That is her goal, which is why she actually followed Rook when she asked, hey, do you want to kind of build a clan with me? So that's our medicine cat, Sandstripe, and her medicine cat area here is not quite built very properly just yet. In fact, there are a couple things missing. We do have some built scratching boards, but I think I actually forgot to put in any of the tiny ones, so we'll have to figure that out soon enough. And then, of course, we do actually in here, the Warrior's Den, have a certain warrior who you guys have seen. So, Snake Speckle actually lives here now. And as you guys can see, he still has that scar over his eye from his Twigburrows fight. But he actually left Doklan, that is, and found himself wound up here, where he certainly can fish to his heart's content. And here we have, oh, I just realized actually, they don't have any autonomy on. No wonder they were sitting so still and pretty for me. And here we have Cricket Song, one of the warriors of Raven Clan. And she's actually interacting with Snake Speckle now, apparently. Oh, and they're gonna go play? Oh, that's adorable. Absolutely adorable. So, Cricket Song is fairly old. In fact, most of the cats in this clan are fairly old. Snake Speckle is actually the youngest. Whoa, Cricket Song! What? Don't scratch the rocks, you can scratch this thing. So, Cricket Song is a caring and has a rebellious nature. So she's very, very caring, but if something seems wrong, she's not afraid to speak up or kind of work from the shadows. Her fear is being watched, so she's always pretty paranoid, and she wants to have respect from others in a caring way. So she's actually pretty interesting of a character. And she does have a mate. Her mate is actually Whiteclaw, the deputy. There's quite a lot of new cats. So here is Whiteclaw. He's our deputy. He is a huge Burman cat. And he's not very friendly. Apparently he is, but I wouldn't say he is. I think this is kind of a mistake. He's not very caring. He's more confident, I suppose. There we go. I could write confident instead. And rebellious. Hold on. No wonder. This isn't his personality. Hold on. I am a fool. There we go. We're still on Cricket Song. Here is Whiteclaw. He is charming and arrogant. That makes more sense. And he is scared of snakes. His goal is to be the best at everything. And he's actually really old. He's almost elder age. But he is the deputy of Ravenclan right now. And as well the mate of Cricket Song. Here is Tigerpelt. He is the mate of Rookstar, actually. And he is a confident, strict cat who is scared of getting lost, which is probably why he's such a follower of Rookstar. And his goal is just survival at any cost. And of course, here we have Rookstar, the leader of Ravenclan. She is humble, daring, she is scared of forests, and her goal is leadership. So that's kind of why she left, and actually was chosen by StarClan to lead Ravenclan. Now, why is it Ravenclan and not RookClan? Well, as you guys know, she actually got a little bit of a prophecy of one of her kittens bringing destruction. And right now, she actually had a litter of kittens when we had first met her. And Tigerpelt was the one taking care of them. But they all died except for one. And that kitten is Ravenpaw. And Rookstar was determined to prove StarClan wrong. She wanted to honor her own only surviving kitten by naming the clan after her. And we'll have to see where it goes from there. But she was actually told to kill her kitten, which she just could not do after all her other kittens had died, to prevent all the destruction that Ravenpaw was apparently going to provide. So we'll see what happens there. Right now, she is frustrated because her father and her really don't have a good relationship. In fact, I think they dislike each other a little bit. Because he's always pushing her a lot. Oh, and she actually wants to talk to Snake Speckle. Interesting. Yeah, but he's actually always pushing her a lot during training and fighting, and he is her mentor, which is odd, because normally you don't choose the parent as the mentor, but Rookstar did. And that seems to have backfired a little bit. So her parents are, as I said, Rookstar and not Raven. Rookstar and Tigerpelt, was apparently just trained up his hunting. Her personality is adventurous and daring, much like her mother, actually. She is scared of violence because of her training with her father, and her goal, even though she doesn't know it yet, is actually revenge. Revenge for those who cause violence in the world. And we'll see how her story goes with that. But there you guys go. So that is the entirety of... Cricket Song, no! Stop! Oh, Cricket Song. That is the entirety of Ravenclan. And that's why it's called Ravenclan as well, and not RookClan. And from the map, here we have the camp, and this is their territory right now. Cats who have above 5 fishing, I believe, or 8 fishing maybe, we'll decide, can actually swim over this part of the ocean and go over here. So that's pretty cool. And over here we have Doe Clan and all their cats. But we won't be paying attention to them right now, actually. And we will get back to them, don't you guys worry. I was thinking about 3 episodes in each clan would be good. That's kind of my idea. So right now, let's see what Snake Speckle is doing. And they do actually need to start hunting a little bit. He has mastered the hunting skill, but they do need to fish as well. And he's being nuzzled? What? Wait, he still has a relationship with Pixelfur and Sunnypaw? That's funny, those are the only 2 that he really misses from the clan. And he's not litter mates with all these cats. That's just because they were made in the same household. He still doesn't like Twigburrow, and he has no opinion on Dostar anymore, so that's interesting. But here we are. I've been setting this clan up for quite a while, actually. Ever since Dostar got her 9 lives, they've actually been down here. Let's see if we can't find any... Tiger Pelt kind of wants to go hunting, even though... go fish for a while. Even though he... Oh, and Ravenpaw actually wants to visit a park. Which I would take as she wants to go patrolling. And I didn't actually roll the patrol generator for this time. Oh, and Whiteclaw and Cricket Song nuzzled each other. That is adorable. Whoa, Cricket Song wants to do a bunch of stuff. Apparently also sleep. Lovely. Cricket Song seems a little bit lazy. Well, sort of like she's doing her own thing. Rookstar, you're gonna pounce on... Well, you're not gonna pounce on Ravenpaw, actually. You are going to go and fish for a while. Okay. If there's any room. There we go. Snake Speckle, I think, would also want to catch some fish. Because he really does like fishing. And that was one of the reasons why he kind of went more towards the water after leaving Doe Clan. So let's see, Tiger Pelt, you can find... Yeah, until you get your skill up. And Rookstar is just going until she catches a fish. No, she just tried once. You can fish for a while as well. Until you level up your skill, and so can you. There we go. So then we'll get the fishing up and going. Oh, and Rookstar actually caught a little anchovy. Let's see here. Ravenpaw is being nuzzled by Whiteclaw. Oh, but she doesn't take it. I wonder if... Oh, whoops. Sorry, Whiteclaw. You can... There you go. I wonder... That's interesting. Because he doesn't care much for Tiger Pelt or Rookstar. But I wonder if he knows that Ravenpaw is very important. And kind of wants to get on her good side. Maybe? Interesting. I don't really know what Whiteclaw's motives are, or maybe he's just generally concerned about how Tiger Pelt is treating her. Let's see, have we caught any more fish? Yeah, we have an anchovy. And of course, another anchovy. And actually, you guys, Snake Speckle has an assassin bug in his inventory. Huh. And he's really excited to eat fish. Is there anyone? He doesn't hate anyone except for Twigburrow, but I don't think. What? Twigburrow! You can't have a random mate already. Oh my gosh. I'll fix that. There unfortunately it Sims 3 works the way that when I'm not controlling this household, the problem is that they kind of just decide that this isn't good living conditions and then they move out and they get mates and stuff, which is fine if it's within their own clan, but sometimes it's not, and then it can get a bit weird. White Claw, you did not just eat another fish, did you? Can't tell. You guys, Ravenpaw is actually going over here and jumping onto this rock, which is actually the rock that her mother, Rookstar, talks from when she holds gatherings. Or, well, not gatherings. When she holds, like, meetings. So that's quite interesting. They're actually only catching anchovy, so I'm wondering if this fishing skill mod I have actually chooses whether or not they catch rarer fish or not, depending on what level they are, which would be absolutely incredible. But let's put out some more anchovy. White Claw is just running around. I don't even know. I don't know what he's doing. Sandstripe, oh, you're really hungry. And though she does hate fish and is very scared of them, she will eat them. She just refuses to actually touch them with anything but her mouth. Oh, Sandstripe, you're so cute. And she just wants the best for everyone, but she's not the most skilled medicine cat. In fact, she has basically no clue what she's doing. She is pretty much just here to support and wishes deeply that she actually knew what she was doing. Who says cats are afraid of the water? You're ready to brave the waves for a tasty treat that waits beneath. Good job! And actually, it was Snake Speckle who started last, who actually ended up getting the skill first. That's interesting. I didn't think that would be a thing. And I wonder if Snake Speckle would tell Sandstripe about assassin bugs? Possibly? Like, explain how they worked and stuff like that? I wonder if that's why he kept it. Oh my gosh, there's so many fish already. As you guys can see, this clan has a lot less problems with food. It goes a lot faster and they can just fish right on their borders. Right here. Whenever they want. But there are actually, I'll show you, there are actually different spots where they can fish. So there is this area. And Sandstripe has just learned the hunting skill, actually. So there's this area that has kind of a more cliffy area, or feeling to it, and that's actually the reedy shores. And then we have the salty tide pools over here as well, where they can hunt in these, or catch fish in these tide pools that always wash up fun little knickknacks for them. So that's pretty darn funny. There is a couple different places. And of course, Sandstripe will have to go out and get herbs as well. Even though she has no clue what to do with said herbs. Unfortunately. We'll have to see how that goes for her. Well, Rookstar is gonna take a break because she has been fishing for forever. Cricket Song is gonna eat. And Do Clan is thinking about moving again. But there you go, guys. So this is actually Raven Clan, and we're gonna be spending a lot of time with these guys. But mind you, not all the time. There will be 3 episodes in each clan, I think. Right now, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I might change it depending on how that feels, both for me and the episodes. But we'll see. For now, I'll see you guys in Raven Clan in the next episode. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I sure am. And with that being said, have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.